About 10 years ago, I wrote a small book entitled Autodidactic Self-Taught. And what motivated me to do that is I went out and I started talking to students. And I've talked to 18,000 students from California, Utah, Mississippi, Indiana, New Jersey, and all the way to Tanzania. And I realized that for as much as I could inspire the student, what was lacking is I couldn't tell the student after I got them all enthused about learning, okay, what's the next step? How do you really learn? Do you read the chapter 3 times? Do you talk to your mother about it? Do you have a study group? Do you study for 2 days in a row your math and then go on to your science and your literature, or how do you do it? And in talking to Bob Bjork and Elizabeth Bjork, I realized that they had written extensively on the subject matter. And I said to Bob one day, I said, Bob, this is the best kept secret I've ever heard. Whether you're a Hispanic student, African American student, a white student, whatever, what are the techniques that student can use? But unfortunately, nobody's sharing it with you until we came up with Lasting Learning. And we now make it possible for the parent who really cares to say to a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, here, come, sit. Let me show you this. And it'll be done in such a way that the child will want to embrace it. And all of a sudden, somebody who didn't get it will now get it. And they'll get it because they want to get it, not because the parent wants them to get it. They'll get it because learning becomes very exciting. Learning in and of itself gives an empowerment to the person. Learning is exciting. Knowledge is empowering. No child should be left behind. It shouldn't be a cliche. It should not be a political slogan. It should be a reality. Every student has the potential to be a great member of society and a productive member of society. That's what we're doing with Lasting Learning. Bringing all those ideas together in one place and then disseminating it out to the student. We know as a company that there's a Winston Churchill, that there's a Martin Luther King, there's a Nelson Mandela somewhere in the world today that it will go untapped and will not reach their highest potential because they are not going to be inspired to learn, and no one's going to reach them with the techniques that's going to make it possible. That's the frustration that we're trying to stop. And the research that's been done by the Bob Bjorks of this world and the Elizabeth Bjorks, we know how we learn. Now it's time to get that message out to everybody. Let the competition begin. Don't let the competition be among the people that know the game and the people that don't. Get everybody in the game. That's what's really meant by No Child Left Behind. Race to the top means nothing in the abstract. If we expand your mind with learning, then you're going to be the next Thomas Edison. You're going to be the next Nelson Mandela. You'll be the next Winston Churchill. You'll be the next Madame Curie. That's what's exciting about learning, is that you're in charge. You get to pick where you go.